Hello, this is Stock Hunters for May 13th. This is Victor Santana. How's it been going? Let's take a look and see how the market's doing this midweek. And here we go into the action. Okay, we're looking at the U.S. total market here. And from what you can see, this is on a weekly candlestick chart. And you can see we are either above or below last week, and we've been in an uptrend. However, it's now starting to show signs of fatigue and could be going into a downtrend. I would go ahead and put a stop right under, slightly under this last week's low to, if it triggers, it gets you out of the market. Now let's look at the next one. Now we're looking at the Dow here, and you can see the Dow is also hasn't broken up or down from last week. It's kind of being neutral with a bearish tone on it. I would go ahead and put a stop just slightly under last week and see where that takes us. And also looking at the NASDAQ, it led the bullish rise. Now it's leading the bearish lows, and as you can see, it has triggered to exit out of the market. So at this point, I would say I am bearish now with the NASDAQ. We might be looking at some kind of support down in this area, or worst case scenario here. There are a few that are really saying that we might be getting close to the lows, but we'll take each week at a time and see where that goes, and we'll let the trend tell us what the market wants to do. Okay, now let's look at the S&P. The S&P is being neutral with a bearish tone to it. I would raise our stops if those are in it to right underneath here, and see what the market tells us what it wants to do. Remember, this is option expiration week, so tomorrow might be an up day for Thursday, and then push lower on Friday. But let's see what happens. Now, and here is the Wilshire total market, and as you can see on this one here, which is basically the Russell. And well, it's supposed to be the Russell, so we'll just assume this is the Wilshire, or this is just a bad chart here, so we'll just skip over that. Apologize. Now let's look at the global. Globally, it hasn't either broken above or below, so to be safe, let's put a stop right underneath last week's low, and see which way the market wants to decide, and which way it wants to go. Ooh, what is this? Okay, now, what triggered this week is gold. As you can see, gold is up for this week here. It has triggered to get in about 1, 2, 3 weeks ago. I've gotten in this area right over here, and put my stop down here. However, as it pulled up here, I went ahead and took some profits up here and moved my stop up to break even. So see where that takes us here. We could see gold probably getting around in this area. So let's keep an eye on gold. And then oil is also starting to show some signs of uptrend. It triggered last week right over here, and this week right here that you can see, kind of a little spinning top formation, if you could even see it. So it's being a little indecisive if it wants to go up or down. So if you do get in, I would put a stop for those that could trade, have a little tolerance down here or right up here. to trigger out. But oil is something certainly worth looking into right now. And then we're looking at utilities. Utilities kind of started to show trigger here and definitely confirmed to get in last week. This week we're down, but I haven't broken below, so this might be a good sign. So if I would get in, put your stops maybe around in here, and the high we can go is around in here, as they say that there were some sectors turning over, and it appears like utilities and the oil sectors are now taking over for the short run. So we'll see. And then also we got healthcare. It triggered a positive signal last week here, right in this level above, and it's trying to decide. It's been positive for this week, so I would go ahead and put a stop right here for those that want to get in, and see what that could trade. It can potentially go as high around in this area. And that's basically it for this midweek. We'll for sure see what happens on Friday, and we'll sure to keep an eye on the trend and see how the stock takes us. Let the trend be our friend.